Well, everybody who's been on the internet, I'm sure y'all saw that I filed for divorce on Friday. And yeah, right now it's a pretty crazy time.
Well, ever since the news was announced, Twitter has been going wild, with sources revealing that Todd has actually been seen out in Atlanta with several other women.
Listen up, because this story will blow your mind. Kandi Burruss just dropped a bombshell exposing Todd Tucker's hidden secrets, and Hollywood is shaking. After 11 years of marriage, Kandi has revealed a truth to her fans that nobody saw coming. This isn't just any divorce. It's a betrayal that will tear your heart apart.
230 said threesomes never work. That's not true. I done had a threesome and it worked just fine.
Is she Todd's girlfriend? Or is she Kandi's girlfriend?
Even in divorce, I don't think it's right when men be trying to take half of the women.
Todd Tucker's secret life, the one Kandi kept under wraps, has finally come to light. And the truth is so shocking, it will set your soul on fire. But here's the biggest shocker. Kandi isn't staying silent. She's ready to put it all on the table. Every lie, every betrayal, every hidden detail. If you think this is just another celebrity breakup, think again.
You know, obviously going through a divorce is definitely not the easiest thing. You know, sometimes, you know, you're cool, you know what I mean? You're moving, you're mixing, you're moving, and you're hanging out with friends. But then sometimes you have your moments of sadness, you know, and me being the Taurus that I am, I like to keep those moments to myself.
This story is fast, emotional, and packed with suspense that will leave your heart racing, and you'll be desperate for the next twist. So stay tuned, because the real truth is yet to come. Alright, fam, before we dive into the crazy details, let me set the stage. You all know Kandi Burruss, the queen of Real Housewives of Atlanta, the powerhouse singer, songwriter, and businesswoman who's been on top for decades. But behind that polished smile and million-dollar empire is a marriage that fans thought was rock solid, until now. Kandi and Todd Tucker, the man who stood by her side for over a decade, were always the couple everyone admired. They seemed like the perfect balance. Kandi with her unstoppable hustle and Todd, the supportive husband who kept it cool. But what no one knew was that underneath the surface, the cracks were growing deeper, darker, and way more dangerous than anyone imagined. Rumors had been swirling for years about their relationship struggles. Fans saw the subtle fights, the social media silence, the odd interviews where Kandi dodged questions about her marriage. But the truth? The real dirt? It was buried so deep, only insiders knew how ugly things had gotten. See, Kandi isn't just any celebrity wife. She's a business mogul. She built her empire from the ground up. Music, fragrances, sex toys, restaurants, and she's fiercely protective of everything she owns. And Todd? Well, he's a man with his own ambitions, but for years, he was living in the shadow of Kandi's massive success. That power imbalance? It's a ticking time bomb. Insider sources close to the couple started whispering about tension, about Todd feeling sidelined, about Kandi's high demands, about fights over money, control, and respect. And guess what? Those whispers were just the tip of the iceberg. What really set off this explosive meltdown was a private conversation that got leaked. Yes, leaked. Between Kandi and her closest friends. In it, she revealed her deepest frustrations, and trust me, the words she used were far from kind. She called Todd a boy toy, not the man I married, and someone who could never handle my power. Ouch. But here's where it gets even messier. Todd wasn't just sitting back quietly. Word on the street is he was playing his own game behind the scenes. Secret meetings, mysterious calls, and yes, even rumors of a side hustle that Kandi absolutely didn't know about. This wasn't just about money. It was about trust, betrayal, and who really held the reins in this marriage. And then came the prenup drama, the kind that most couples hide in the shadows. Kandi insisted on a prenup that would protect every single asset she worked so hard to build. But it wasn't just a simple agreement. This prenup had harsh terms: 30 days to move out after separation, no spousal support, and strict protection of all her premarital assets. It was like she was building a fortress around herself, and Todd was left outside the walls. You might be thinking, okay, so she's smart with her money. What's the big deal? But here's the thing. For a marriage to survive, there has to be trust and respect. And when your prenup basically says, you get nothing if it ends, that's more than just a financial agreement. It's a statement. A statement that says, I don't trust you, and I'm prepared to cut you off completely. Now, the drama took a darker turn when sources revealed that Todd struggled with feeling emasculated in the marriage. Imagine being with someone who controls your every move, from who you hang out with to what you spend your time on. Reportedly, Todd had to ask permission just to see his friends. That's not a marriage. That's control dressed up as love. The tension exploded publicly when Todd threatened to call off the wedding because of the prenup disagreements. But Kandi stood her ground. No compromises. And when they finally said, I do, the damage was already done. Fans might remember when Kandi refused to take Todd's last name after marriage, a small detail that sent a loud message. She was protecting her brand, yes, but also showing who was really in charge. But despite all this, Todd stayed. Why? Some insiders say it was love. Others whisper it was business, deals, connections, and the power that comes with being Kandi's husband. Whatever the reason, he stuck it out for 11 years, but the cracks only deepened. And then, the unthinkable happened. After over a decade, Kandi filed for divorce. This isn't your typical we just grew apart breakup. This is a story of betrayal, control, and heartbreak. A woman who wanted to be a wife but only on her terms, the terms that protected her empire and left Todd feeling like a ghost in his own marriage. And get this, even after all the heartbreak, Kandi made sure the public knew she was protecting her peace and focusing on being the best mother she could be. But behind that message was a storm brewing, and the real story? Oh, it's far from over. The way this whole saga unfolded, it feels like watching a slow-motion train wreck. You want to look away, but you just can't. So, buckle up, because the deeper we go, the darker the secrets become. And trust me, the next section will reveal the betrayal that shattered everything. You're going to want to hear about the secret Todd tried to hide, the confrontations that broke them apart, and the explosive twist no one saw coming. Are you ready for the real story? Because it's about to get messy. Alright, now let me tell you what really blew this whole thing up, what turned simmering tension into a full-on wildfire that burned their marriage to ashes. It all started late one night, inside their supposedly perfect mansion. Sources say the air was thick with tension. Todd had just come back from a secret meeting. Yeah, one of those whispers we talked about before. And Kandi? She wasn't blind to the changes in him. But what she uncovered next, that shattered the illusion completely. An anonymous insider, close to the couple, leaked a string of text messages that Todd sent to a woman nobody knew about. And not just any woman. Someone rumored to be an up-and-coming social media influencer with a past as controversial as Kandi's empire is successful. The messages? Flirtatious, secretive, and dripping with betrayal. Listen, I'm not exaggerating when I say these texts weren't just chatting. Todd was practically planning secret meetups, sending late-night I miss you messages, and even talking about keeping things hidden from Kandi. The ultimate betrayal, right under Kandi's nose. But here's where it gets wild. Instead of confronting him immediately, Kandi played it smart. She started gathering evidence. Screenshots, recordings, even hiring a private investigator to follow Todd's every move. She wasn't just hurt, she was building her case, ready to flip the script on the man who thought he could outplay her. The confrontation? Oh, it was explosive. When Kandi finally caught Todd in the act, not physically, but emotionally exposed, the house erupted. Doors slammed, voices raised, and accusations flew like daggers. Todd tried to deny it at first, said it was nothing, but the proof was too damn clear. Kandi's reaction was icy fury. She wasn't just devastated. She was furious beyond belief. The woman who built an empire on control and precision was now losing grip on her own marriage. And Todd? He was caught between fear and regret. But here's the twist nobody saw coming. The woman Todd was texting wasn't just some fling. Sources say she was deeply connected to someone in Kandi's business circle, someone who wanted to see her fail. This wasn't just infidelity. It was sabotage. It turns out Todd was being manipulated, used as a pawn in a game far bigger than a messy marriage. Someone wanted to destabilize Kandi's empire, and Todd, in his vulnerable state, was the weak link. Social media caught wind of the drama and exploded instantly. Twitter threads were popping off with hashtags like #Todd the Traitor and #CandyDrama2025. Fans were divided, some defending Kandi, others sympathizing with Todd. But the damage was done. And as if the betrayal wasn't enough, another leaked audio dropped shortly after. It was a private phone call between Kandi and her closest friend, where she confessed her darkest fears. She said, and I quote, "I thought I knew him. But this changes everything. I don't even know who he is anymore." But hold on, it gets messier. Just days after the texts and audio leaks, Todd dropped his own bombshell. In a cryptic Instagram live, he hinted that Kandi wasn't innocent in all this, that their marriage was a toxic power struggle, and that he was trapped. Fans went wild trying to decode his message. Was he accusing Kandi of emotional abuse? Was he saying there was more to the story? The media frenzy escalated when a supposedly leaked video surfaced showing a heated argument between the two, with Todd walking out, slammed doors, and Kandi yelling accusations that cut deep. "You never were my man," she screamed. "You were just my experiment." Boom. That line alone sent shockwaves through social media, and the internet exploded with theories. What kind of experiment was Kandi running? Was their whole marriage a setup from day one? The drama didn't stop there. An insider revealed that Todd tried to save the marriage by agreeing to the prenup terms, the ones everyone thought were one-sided. But apparently, Kandi used those terms as a weapon, not a shield. She wanted to make sure that if Todd ever left, he'd be left with nothing. No money, no assets, and worst of all, no dignity. Fans were left speechless. How does someone stay married for 11 years, only to find out their partner was just a pawn in a power play? And what about love? What about loyalty? Was any of it real? But here's the ultimate cliffhanger. Just when everyone thought this story couldn't get worse, rumors surfaced that Todd might have evidence that could flip the whole narrative on Kandi. Secret emails, financial documents, even recorded phone calls that could expose her business dealings as less than legal. Insiders are saying there's a major legal battle brewing, and this divorce might not just be about love and betrayal, it might be about survival. So what's the truth? Is Todd the villain? Is Kandi the mastermind? Or is this a complex web of lies and deceit, where everyone's hiding something? One thing's for sure, this is just the beginning. Just when you thought this scandal couldn't get any messier, the plot twists in a way nobody saw coming. Buckle up, because things just exploded to a whole new level. After the initial betrayal and those leaked texts, the internet was buzzing. But then bam, a second bombshell dropped like a lightning strike. A credible insider leaked an explosive report revealing that Kandi Burruss herself was allegedly involved in a secret side hustle, one that could totally undermine her public image and flip the power balance completely. Word on the street is that Kandi was secretly funneling money through a series of offshore accounts connected to shady business deals that Todd apparently didn't know about. This was no small secret. This was a financial labyrinth designed to keep her assets hidden and untouchable. And guess who uncovered it? None other than Todd's legal team during the prenup negotiations. Social media instantly caught fire. The hashtag Kandi Exposed started trending, with fans and haters alike scrambling to dissect every leaked document and cryptic social media post. Some users shared screenshots of supposed banking records, while others posted screenshots of private messages hinting at shady business. And here's the kicker. Insiders say Todd confronted Kandi about these financial secrets months ago, but instead of coming clean, she doubled down, accusing Todd of being untrustworthy and trying to sabotage her empire. The power struggle wasn't just emotional anymore. It was war. Meanwhile, celebrities and industry insiders weighed in, throwing fuel on the fire. Some suggested this could be the downfall of Kandi's career, while others hinted that Todd's image was about to be dragged through the mud even further. But that's not all. In a jaw-dropping live interview, a former close friend of the couple claimed that Kandi had orchestrated the entire marriage to elevate her brand, and that the divorce was just a planned move to control the narrative and keep her millions intact. Imagine that. The woman who sold the fairy tale of a loving marriage may have been playing chess the whole time, moving pieces, making sacrifices, and using Todd as the ultimate pawn. And as the drama escalated, Kandi posted a cryptic message on her Instagram story saying, "Some truths don't need to be spoken to be heard." Fans went wild trying to decode that line. Was it a hint at the financial scandal? A warning to Todd? Or a declaration that she was ready to fight back? Meanwhile, Todd, who until now appeared somewhat defeated, suddenly released a series of tweets, cryptic but fiery, suggesting he had uncovered much more than anyone imagined and that he was ready to set the record straight. The industry and fans are now caught in a frenzy, guessing what Todd's next move will be: a countersuit? A tell-all interview? The truth might be even darker than we thought. One thing is clear: this drama is no longer just about a marriage falling apart. It's a full-blown battle for power, money, and control, and the fallout could reshape both their lives forever. So what's next? Will Kandi's empire survive these revelations? Will Todd come out on top? Or will this scandal drag them both into a public destruction no one will forget? Stay tuned, because the next chapter promises to be even more explosive. As the scandal unfolded, the public reaction was nothing short of an all-out frenzy. Social media exploded like a powder keg, with fans, haters, and celebrities diving headfirst into the drama, turning this divorce into the hottest, juiciest controversy of the year. Twitter became a war zone. The hashtag Kandi Burruss divorce trended worldwide within hours, and every post, every comment was dripping with shock, disbelief, and wild theories. Fans couldn't believe that the glamorous, powerful Kandi, the queen of reality TV, was hiding such dark secrets behind her polished smile. Some supporters tried to defend her, painting Kandi as a strong, independent woman just protecting her hard-earned empire. But the backlash was fierce. Critics blasted her for the cold, calculated prenup that practically stripped Todd of everything. She treated him like a pawn, not a partner, wrote one viral tweet that racked up thousands of likes and retweets. Instagram Reels flooded with dramatic reenactments of Kandi and Todd's toxic marriage. Memes mocking the 30-day move-out clause and the no spousal support rule went viral overnight. Even influencers joined in, debating whether Todd was the victim or the villain in this high-stakes power play. But the real shock came from the celebrity world. Several reality stars who once shared the screen with Kandi began dropping cryptic messages on their stories, some hinting that the divorce was just the tip of the iceberg. One former cast member, who asked to remain anonymous, claimed that behind the cameras, Kandi was ruthless, controlling, and willing to destroy anyone who threatened her. Entertainment news outlets smelled blood. Headlines screamed, "Kandi Burruss, Queen of Control or Cold-Hearted Manipulator, and Todd Tucker's shocking betrayal exposed. What really happened behind closed doors?" Talk shows invited relationship experts to analyze the prenup and the fallout, painting a picture of a marriage fueled by mistrust and power struggles. Meanwhile, fan divisions deepened. On one side, you had hashtag Team Kandi, praising her for protecting her assets and standing strong in the face of betrayal. On the other, hashtag Team Todd exploded, sympathizing with a man who was allegedly emasculated, controlled, and discarded after 11 years. The tensions spilled over into live comment sections during Kandi's recent public appearances. Shouts of "explain the prenup" and "why no spousal support" echoed through chat rooms, forcing moderators to step up just to keep the peace. Even advertisers reportedly grew wary. Industry insiders whispered that several brands were reconsidering partnerships with Kandi, fearing the drama might damage their image. On the flip side, some brands saw a marketing goldmine, capitalizing on the scandal's massive reach to boost their own visibility. But perhaps the most unexpected reaction came from Todd himself, who appeared in a rare public statement, emotionally charged and raw. "I gave everything to this marriage," he said, voice trembling. "And yet, I was treated like a stranger in my own home. But this isn't the end. The truth will come out." That statement sent shockwaves through the gossip mills, with fans speculating whether Todd would finally spill his side of the story, a move that could turn the tables completely. So, what does all this mean for the future? Will Kandi weather this storm and reclaim her throne? Or will Todd's coming revelations shatter everything she's built? One thing's for sure, this explosive saga isn't over yet. And trust me, you'll want to be here when the next bombshell drops. Just when everyone thought they had this twisted marriage all figured out, the bombshell dropped, and it shattered every assumption. Sources close to the couple revealed a secret so explosive, it threatens to rewrite the entire story of Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker's marriage from the ground up. Turns out, the betrayal wasn't just one-sided. Insiders leaked messages and private conversations suggesting that Todd wasn't the innocent victim everyone believed him to be. Far from it, there's a darker side to this breakup that nobody saw coming. Whispers of infidelity, hidden bank accounts, and secret deals behind Kandi's back have begun circulating, turning the narrative upside down. Imagine this: Todd, the emasculated husband forced to sign a cold prenup, was allegedly leading a double life, sneaking around with close friends and business associates, playing a dangerous game that could have destroyed Kandi's empire. The prenup? A preemptive strike by Kandi to protect herself from the damage he was secretly causing. This revelation sent shockwaves through social media. Fans who once sympathized with Todd scrambled to reconsider, while #Team Kandi grew louder, claiming she always knew more than she let on. Was Kandi the mastermind, the woman 3 steps ahead, quietly pulling strings while the world watched the drama unfold? And the timing? Perfectly calculated. The very day Todd threatened to expose his side, Kandi announced the divorce. Coincidence? Hardly. Many are calling it a power move, a strategic play to take control of the narrative before Todd could deliver his own devastating truths. But here's where it gets even crazier. Rumors have emerged that Todd might have proof, screenshots, bank statements, even audio recordings that could blow Kandi's carefully crafted image to smithereens. The whispers say these documents are being reviewed by top lawyers, hinting at a counter-lawsuit that could drag the couple's dirty laundry through the courts in the most public, humiliating way possible. Celebrities who once stayed silent are now dropping veiled hints about knowing more than they've said. One prominent reality star posted a cryptic message: "Sometimes the ones who seem weakest are playing the hardest game. Watch closely, all." Fans exploded trying to decode who she meant, Kandi or Todd. Meanwhile, a new wave of conspiracy theories flooded YouTube and TikTok. Some claimed this entire saga was orchestrated as a publicity stunt, a desperate grab for attention in a fading reality star's career. Others insisted it was a tragic downfall of 2 people caught in a toxic, high-stakes battle fueled by greed, pride, and heartbreak. But here's the real cliffhanger. Just as the world waits for Todd's big reveal, he mysteriously went dark on social media. No posts, no responses, like he's vanishing before dropping the biggest bombshell yet. Is he building suspense, or is something more sinister happening behind the scenes? And Kandi? She's doubled down on her public image, smiling in interviews, dropping hints about new projects, seemingly untouchable. But insiders say she's bracing for war, ready to fight back harder than ever. So here's the million-dollar question for you, the viewers. Who's really the victim here? The controlling queen protecting her kingdom? Or the betrayed husband with a secret weapon? And the truth? It's coming, but not yet. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over, and the next chapter promises to be the most explosive yet. Now, I want to hear from you. Who do you really believe, Kandi, the cold, calculating queen protecting her empire, or Todd, the betrayed husband with secrets of his own? Drop your hottest takes in the comments right now, because this drama is just heating up. Don't forget to smash that like button if you're shocked by these revelations, and subscribe for the next explosive update you won't want to miss. Trust me, the truth is darker than you think, and we're only getting started. Stay tuned, because the next bombshell is coming fast.